everyone, and welcome back to another screencast on constructions. This is Triangles SAS. It's number 2. If you did this one first, then it's absolutely fine because the first one and the second one are very similar, and the skills you'll need to use for both are the same. So it's fantastic. So if you've watched that first one, you're going to love this one. If you haven't watched that first one, then do not worry, you'll still be fine doing this one as well. So what does it mean? What does this construction mean? Hopefully we've done this before, but construction and geometry means to draw shapes, angles, or lines accurately. So just remember, if you're a front row forward with hands like butter, you may struggle, but if you sharpen that pencil up, you make sure your ruler is clear and not broken, you get that protractor out that's probably never been used in your bag, and you dust it off, then you'll be fine. But you do need to be accurate because it's one of the key things, isn't it, to be accurate. So you need your protractor. Now, just one thing to mention, my protractor stops at 0 on both sides. Most of them have that little extra bit that runs underneath. When you line up your angle, just make sure you line it up on that baseline like mine is showing there. You're going to need your ruler, and you do not need your compass today, but you will need that one for future screencasts. Okay, so what does SAS mean? It basically means we're given a side, we're given an angle, we're given a side. So we've got side, angle, side. That's all it means. We're going to construct these using the skills of, being able to use our protractor, being able to measure lines neatly, and doing it in a certain way. And we're going to go over that now. So you'll need your protractor and you'll need your ruler. You won't need your compass. Okay. So first thing we're going to do, just like the last time, is we're going to redraw this to scale. All of my shapes, all of these ones up here, are not to scale. So, we're going to try and draw them to scale. Now, they are to scale for me using the tools that I have. When I put it on your screen, obviously depending on how big your screen is, they won't be to scale, but the angles will be to scale. So you could potentially put your protractor up to the screen and the angles should be to scale. Okay, but let's draw this now. And let's teach you how to draw it. So the first thing we're going to do, like last time, is draw that base line, that base measurement here, okay? We always start with that. So let's go for that now. Get our ruler out and we draw that 7 centimeter line. Once we've done that, we always then go for the angle. Always go for the angle. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to get our protractor out, we're going to place that down, and we're going to measure 88 degrees. I'm starting at 0. Always start at 0. Always line up this baseline with 0 on your line, and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and then we've got 90. So we're just before 90. I'll put a little mark, and then I'll draw a line through that. Okay, you can see that is absolutely perfect there, can't you? Okay, let's take away that protractor now. And the next thing is, remember, I've now got my 7 centimeters here and I've got my 88 degrees here, but I haven't measured this line to make sure it's 5 centimeters. So I'm going to do that now. So now this is 5 centimeters. I'll put a little mark there, and then I'll draw my line that will go through there and make sure it cuts through there, because now I've got 7 centimeters here, I've got 88 degrees here, and I've got 5. I don't know this length. I could measure this length now, but it's not asking me to do that. It's just asking me to redo this. So now we take away the ruler. We put in our 7 centimeters. We label up our 88 degrees, and we label up the other side, which is 5 centimeters. Now, the last thing that we can do, if it asks us to tidy up, if it asks us to leave all our construction lines, then please do not do this next step. But I always like to keep it nice and neat and tidy and make sure we just rub out those extra lines there. We're done. That's how easy it is. Okay, so now it's going to be your turn to do the next one. So please make sure you pause the video. Please make sure you give the next one a go on your own without any help from me. Come back and see if you've done it right. Remember, we're going to go with baseline, then angle, then other length, and then link the two together. Okay, so give the next one a go. Here we go. You're going to recreate that one for me. Give the next one a go yourself. Come back and see if you've got it right. Okay, so here we go. First of all, it's the baseline, the 10 centimeter baseline. So we draw that out. The next step is we're going to get that protractor out. We're going to measure that 80-degree angle, and we can see that the 80-degree angle is just here. Okay. Now, sometimes it confuses people because some would say, well, that's 100 degrees. Remember, I'm measuring from 0 all the way through. Some people might have put it over here. Just remember that that would be from here to there. Okay. Bear that in mind. Put our line straight through. Take away the protractor. Make sure that that next line is 8 centimeters. We can see that 8 centimeters is here, so I'm going to just draw that up. And then we can link up the two. Now, arguably, I've not been accurate enough there, but on my computer, I couldn't quite get it to touch there perfectly, but I'm sure you will be able to take away your ruler and just input your values here. So we've got 10 centimeters, check. We've got our 80 degrees, check, and we've got our 8 centimeters, check. So we're absolutely spot on. And the last thing we're going to do is just tidy up the top there, so we've got those nice little lines. Okay, so here's the curveball for you now. The next question is, we're going to have side, angle, side. We're not going to be given this here. So I want to see how you deal with that now. Use your common sense. Work around. You're definitely going to go base, and you're definitely going to go angle, and then you'll do this side. Can you do it? Let's see if you can. So here goes the question. Please redraw the following shape to scale and work out the length of x. So once you've done it all, you need to tell me what x value is. Okay, that value will tell me whether you've done it correctly. Now it needs to be within 2 millimeters either way of my answer. If it's a little bit more than that, then we could probably accept it today, but in a test it normally needs to be within 2 millimeters. So give it a go, come back and see if you've got it correct. Okay, so hopefully you've done that now. Let's have a look at the answer and let's talk about how we did it. So the first thing we did was we drew our baseline here. The second thing we would have done was measured our 70 degrees here. The third thing was, and we would have had a line that goes all the way up like this. We would have got our ruler out. We would have placed 0 here. And we would have just made sure when it touches that line, yeah, it would have been 10 centimeters. And then we would have made a mark and drawn that through, then measured this out and got 7.1 centimeters. Hopefully you found that pretty easy. I know it was a little bit of a curveball for you, but you know what? That's what life's all about. Life's all about throwing some curveballs sometimes and stretching us. If you didn't get it right, it's not a massive worry. So make sure you got that last question right and the first question, you can do those. This was a little bit of a tester. But anyway, until next time, make sure you write that revision card. You have a positive day. You think positively about maths, because if we think positively about maths, then often we do really, really well in maths. Until next time.